Hi, my name is Shay Scott. Welcome to the City of Fresno's Parks and Recreation. Thank you for joining us for Seniors Corner. Today we will be doing some Sittercise. So grab any weights, water bottles, canned foods, just something equal weight, even some resistance bands, or you can use your body weight if you don't have anything available to you. And remember, as always, to check with your doctor to reduce and avoid any injuries. And as always, you don't have to start at the top. You can work your way up and progress from there. All right, folks, so today we're gonna get started with a lower body, Today we're gonna do a lower body workout. So last one was an upper body, today will be a lower body. There will be 2 rounds of the middle of the workout, so the main exercises. You're welcome to skip those and move on to the cool down if you're not quite ready for 2 rounds yet. All right, folks, so we're gonna get started with the warm up. As always, you don't wanna just jump into a workout. All right, so here we go. We're gonna start off, work our way from the top down to the bottom with some neck stretches. So we're gonna lean our right ear over to our right shoulder and drop our chin down. Left ear over to that left shoulder. Make sure those shoulders aren't shrugged up, they're down and back together, relaxed. If you have some issues with them being shrugged up, then you can hold on to the bottom of your chair, okay? And over to that other side. All right, so we're done with the neck stretches. Pause and get my timer started. Keep us on track. All right, so our next movement, like I said, we're gonna work our way from the top to the bottom. We're gonna do a cat-cow. We did that in our upper body, so we're gonna do it in our lower body. Our spine's involved in lots of movement, so we wanna take care of it. So we're gonna inhale, rounding out the back, protracting the shoulder blades, and then exhale up, nice and tall. Inhale, and exhale up. Inhale, rounding back out, protracting the shoulder blades, and exhale, sitting up nice and tall. One more time, and up. Okay, folks, now we're gonna inhale our hands up, and exhale over to the side. Good. Inhale up, and over to the side. Up, and other side. Up and over. Make sure you're breathing, connecting the breath with the movement, stretching our obliques and our lats out. A lot of people have tight lats, and that can lead to issues in mobility in the upper body and the lower body, because our lats are connected to our pelvis. All right, last inhale up, back bend, and that's it for our upper body. We're not gonna be focusing on that much today. We're gonna be using more so our lower body. So let's stretch that out. We're gonna start off with the hip flexor stretch. So scooch on over as safe as you can to that side of your chair. And we're gonna let that knee drop towards the ground, have the back foot at the top of our toes on the floor. And just let that hip drop down. You should feel a nice stretch in your hip flexors. You can even lean forward slightly. I'm gonna choose to actually stand up nice and tall. You'll feel that stretch better. If you want to, you can lean up and over. A little added stretch. And good. Let's switch sides. So we'll let that other knee drop down towards the ground. Remember, sit up nice and tall. Feel that stretch in your hip flexor. We're on the top of that foot on the right side. Letting that knee drop, or you can choose to be on your toes if the top of that foot's not comfortable. Wherever you feel the best stretch, you can even inhale up and slightly exhale over. You might notice one side's tighter than the other. You're welcome to pause the video and stretch that side out a little bit more. All right, 3, 2, and done. Let's take that same leg, cross it over the opposite thigh, and inhale the arms up. And push our chest forward. You should feel a stretch in that piriformis. It's a muscle deep in your glute, and also kind of in that posterior hip capsule. So leaning forward, nice elongated spine. We don't want the back to be round it out, and again, leaning, guiding with the chest. And time's all up on that side. Let's go ahead and stretch out the other side. So same thing, cross that left foot over the right thigh, sit up nice and tall. You can skip the arms up option and lean forward, or you can just keep them down here. Like I said, skip it and move your chest forward. So lots of options. Listen to your body, do what's best for you. I have a background in yoga, so you might kind of see that in my videos from time to time. More than halfway through on this side. We have 10 seconds left. Again, leading with that chest. We're not rounded out in the back. We're up nice and tall. Shoulders are down and back together. We're not shrugged up here. Nice deep inhales all the way to the belly, and we're done. Last but not least, working our way from the top to the bottom. We're gonna get those ankles. So just 1 foot at a time. We're gonna draw circles, 15 seconds in one direction, and then we'll go 15 seconds in the other direction. You can also have that heel on the ground if you need to. If you can't quite hold that leg up, you can also use your hands for support. Already time to switch directions, so let's move into that opposite direction. Time goes by fast when you're having fun, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Other foot, start in one direction, and then we'll move to that other direction. Whichever direction you want to start with, either way, we're gonna go both directions, so it doesn't really matter. And other direction, 15 seconds this way. Today's exercises are gonna feature some standing options. So I will give you options to stay seated if those standing variations aren't good for you. All right, so no worries. Remember, we don't have to start at the top. We can work our way up from the bottom, work where you are, and just do your best. That's all that matters. Okay, so our first exercise of the day is just gonna be a simple sit to stand exercise. So we're gonna be sitting in our chair, and we're just gonna stand up and sit back down. Just like that. If you have your weights, you can keep them by your side, or you can have them up by your shoulders, whatever's more comfortable for you. Just make sure that chest stays up nice and tall, you're not slouched over, okay? The other option, if you can't stand up, we're gonna do alternating leg extensions. So just lift that leg up, back down to the ground. Other side, back down. So alternating leg extensions, or if kicking sounds better, alternating kicks, then you can use that word if you like. So either name, same exercise. So here we go, folks. Gonna get started with the sit to stand or leg extensions. I'm gonna show you the sit to stand for the first 15 seconds and then the leg extensions for the last 15 seconds so nobody feels left out. Okay, 3, 2, and here we go. 30 seconds total. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. If your chair's sliding around, you can also set it up against a wall to keep it in place. We're almost done. Now I'm gonna switch to showing the other option. We have those alternating front kicks or alternating leg extensions. 15 seconds total. You can even start how I did with the sit to stand and finish with the alternating leg extensions. 3, 2, and time. All right, folks. Guess I need some water. Time for a water break for me. Excuse me, sorry about that. Our next exercise is going to be a modified squat. So we're gonna go and use the back of our chair here. I'm gonna move my chair to the side. We're gonna hold on to it. Hopefully yours is a little bit taller. You can even use maybe a countertop that you feel you have a good enough grip on. All right, so we're gonna do that modified squat. It's gonna look like this, holding on to the back of our chair. We're just gonna squat down. Best is your range of motion. You don't have to go all the way low. Just keep it wherever you feel, even if it's just right there. It's a modified squat. Seeing those hips back, bending at the knees, chest up, nice and tall, and our spine is flat. We're not rounded out. Okay, I said I'd show you different options. So the other option is going to just be alternating single leg slides. So instead of kicking the leg out, we're gonna be focusing on curling it back, and we're gonna be focusing on the back of that thigh. Okay, so 2 options, either the single leg slides or you got the squat. So I'm gonna start off like I did last time, 15 seconds on one, 15 on the other, okay? So here we go, 15 seconds or 30 seconds total, sorry. 3, 2, and squat. Squat. Inhale down, exhale up. Chest up nice and tall, back flat. Keep your chin tucked. You don't want to keep your head up, so neck and spine in neutral position. We're already halfway through, so I'm going to switch to those leg slides, show you guys which options you have. Like I said with the other exercise, you can start with me, 15 seconds with one, 15 in the other. You can do a full 30 seconds of either exercise. Just have to give people options so everybody can still get their physical activity in and feel included. 3, 2, and done with the modified squats or alternating hamstring sliders. So our next exercise is going to be another standing one. So I'm going to give you a little break as I demonstrate. It's going to be a hip hinge. So we're going to stand up. We're going to keep our toes pointing forward, and we're going to hinge at the waist, nice flat back, until we feel a stretch in our hamstrings up into our glutes or our booty. And then we're going to stand back up, sit down, and do a calf raise, okay? So we stand up, hip hinge forward, chest stays nice and tall. We're pushing the hips back, slight bend in the knees, and we feel a stretch in our back of our thighs into our glutes. So stand back up, sit down, calf raise. If that's not possible for you, the other option is going to be similar to our last movement. We're just going to use both legs, so we're going to slide them back into a calf raise. Slide them out, leg curl, hamstring slider to calf raise, okay? So 2 options, seated hamstring sliders to calf raise, or we're gonna do that stand, hip hinge, stand back up, calf raise. In 3, 2, 1, I'll start with one and finish with the other. Hip hinge, so push the hips back, nice flat back, stretching the hamstrings through the glutes. Oops, I fell over, my bad. Stand back up, sit down, calf raise. Stand up, hip hinge, back up, sit down, calf raise. Stand up, hinge, back to the top, seated, calf raise. We're already halfway through. Continue with that movement. Or I'm gonna show the other options. So hamstring sliders to calf raise. Legs go back out, curl, calf raise. Hamstrings go out, curl, calf raise. You can also do one at a time if you feel like that helps with muscle activation, whichever option is more comfortable for you. So alternating or both at the same time. And we're done with that movement. Let's go on to our next exercise. That's gonna be seated jumping jacks. If you're up for it, you can totally stand and do standing jumping jacks, but we're gonna do seated ones here today. So we got 5 seconds, and that's gonna look like just like what you think it would. We're just gonna be sitting down. And again, if that's too hard for you, you can do one side at a time. You can do both arms and one leg at a time. If you can't bring your arms up overhead, then we'll bring them across our chest, or we got bring them together and out. Okay, 3, 2, and 30 seconds all together. Jumping jacks, let's go. Or you got that one at a time. Or both arms and one leg. You can even bring them here, across the chest, both legs, one leg. Keep it up, folks. Got 30 seconds, we're almost done. Didn't know you were gonna work shoulders today, right? And done. All right, done with those jumping jacks. We're gonna move on to our next exercise, which is gonna be focusing on our calves and our ankles. We're gonna be doing what's called gas pedals. So just like what you would think, we're gonna sit up nice and tall, legs extended. We're gonna bring our foot back into flexion, dorsiflexion, and then we're gonna point forward into like we're pushing a gas pedal down. So bring it up and down. Just gonna do 30 seconds on each side. And we have started the timer, so if you haven't started with me, now's your time. You can also keep that foot elevated in the air if that's not too hard on your hips. All right, and let's switch to that other side already. Leg down, push that gas pedal. Or again, the leg can be elevated. Flex the foot and point. Dorsal flexion, plantar flexion. All right, 5 seconds left on this side. 2 and time. All right, folks, we're gonna do some leg and core work. We're gonna do flutter kicks. So 2 options here. You can either have your hands on the side of your chair, or you can keep them up in front of you. On the side of your chair is gonna be a little bit easier. Out in front of you is gonna be a little bit harder. And you can also choose to let the legs stay elevated the whole time, or you can let them tap on the ground lightly. The lighter the tap, the harder it's gonna be. No taps, even harder. All right, 30 seconds altogether. Flutter kick, sit up nice and tall. Just lean back slightly if you wanna make it harder as well, and go. So we're here. You can also sit forward, bring one leg up at a time, elevate them both, or lean back. Hands can also be in front of you. So imagine you're on a little paddle board in the pool and you're just kicking your feet out, trying to make your way around. Try to be mindful of keeping an upright position with your upper body. We're not slouched over here. Remember, your feet can also be tapping, and time is up. All right, folks, we're gonna do another kind of standing option. I'm gonna show you the seated option first. So the seated option is gonna be a knee tuck hold. You can do one at a time, 15 seconds on each side for 30 seconds total, or you can do both legs here, lean back to make it even a little bit harder, or you can do the main exercise, which is gonna be a modified plank. So we wanna we're gonna hold on to our chair here, or if your chair is stable enough and you need to be more at an incline, the more upright you are, the easier the exercise is gonna be. Okay, so again, if you feel like you can do this one and you don't want to do the knee tucks, we're gonna go for that modified plank where we're gonna hold on to the chair and hold here. Keep your core nice and tight, heels going back, glutes tucked, we're not rounded out, we're not up here. Okay, nice straight flat body, 30 seconds, and timer starts now. So we got 30 seconds here, time's going by fast. I'm gonna start with this exercise and finish with the other. All right, we got 15 seconds left, so hold that there, or you can be in our single leg knee tucked, and you're gonna switch that other side, hold them both up. We got 5 more seconds wherever you are. 3, 2, and done. All right, folks, so if you just wanna do 1 round, you can go ahead and skip to the cool down. If you're gonna do 2 rounds with us, we're gonna get started right back at the top with that sit to stand or alternating front kick exercise, okay? So we're gonna get started here. I'm gonna restart my timer. In 3, here we go. 3, 2, back to sit to stand, or alternating front kicks, okay? 3, 2, and go. Stand up, sit down. Weights can be by your side or in front of you, up by those shoulders. Chest up nice and tall. If your chair is moving around, remember you can place it up against the wall to keep it in the same place. 15 seconds done, I'm gonna show you guys the other option. So alternating single leg extensions or alternating front kicks. Got 10 seconds left, time's going by fast. We're on that second round, so it might be a little bit harder this round. Dig deep, get that second wind. Here we go, folks. All right, we're done with that one. So our next movement, again, we got 2 options. It's either gonna be that modified squat or the single leg hamstring sliders. 1 at a time, just sending that foot out, curling it back, focusing on the back of that thigh. Or like I said, the modified squat, where we're using the back of that chair, and we're just gonna sit back as best as we can, what our range of motion allows, for 30 seconds total, okay? All right, so I'm gonna start off with the squat and then finish with the single leg sliders in 3, 2, and 15 seconds on or 30 seconds total. And like I said, I'm gonna stop halfway through and do the next exercise. Keep that chest up nice and tall. Glutes go back, bend at the knees. You wanna make sure that your knees don't go past your toes. Your heels should stay on the ground. So if you're having trouble getting this movement down, you might wanna stick with the other option, which I'll show you right now. 15 seconds left. We got that single leg, hamstring sliders, hamstring curls, focusing on the back of that leg. So again, if this is too easy or you wanna try the modified squats, feel free, or you can go ahead and stick with these sliders if you're not quite ready for the squats. And we're all done with that one, folks. So our next movement is gonna be that hip hinge to a calf raise. So it looks like this. We stand up, hinge forward, sending the glutes back, slight bend in the knees, nice flat back. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings up into your glutes. Then we stand back up to the top, sit down, calf raise. Or we have the bilateral or both legs at the same time, hamstring slider to calf raise, or you can do the alternating sliders to calf raise. Whichever option you want. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and stand up, hip hinge, back to the top, sit down, calf raise. Stand up, hip hinge, sending the hips back, slight bend in the knees, stand up, sit down, calf raise. Stand up, hip hinge, stand back to the top, sit down, calf raise. Halfway through, I'm gonna show you the other options now. So either single leg, alternating sliders to calf raise, or you can do both at the same time. I gotta hold on to my chair for that one, or one at a time. All right, we're already done with that exercise, so we're gonna move on to our next one, which is those seated jumping jacks. Remember, we had a couple different options on those. So either that overhead motion, one side at a time, both arms but one leg, or you can keep your hands right out in front of you with all those options, okay? 3, 2, and 30 seconds, jumping jacks. Remember, you can stand too. If this is too easy for you and you want to do that standing jumping jacks, feel free. Up to you. Remember, you don't have to start at the top. If you haven't worked out in a while, definitely listen to your body and progress, work your way up from the seated to the standing options. All right, folks, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. All right, we're almost done. We're gonna do those gas pedals, hit our abs, and then move on to the cool down, okay? So the gas pedals, again, 1 foot at a time. We're gonna do 15 seconds each side. That foot can be on the ground the whole time or slightly elevated. Yeah, okay, and then we're just gonna act like we're pressing down on the gas pedal. And time, 30 seconds total, 15 seconds each side. So they can be elevated or it can be down on the ground. If you can do the exercise with your leg elevated, definitely go for that option. Don't sell yourself short. Don't cheat yourself if this is too easy. 15 seconds is down, other side. But if the elevated position is too hard for you, you're feeling a lot of pain, maybe right in your hip flexors, let's go with that option with the foot on the ground, okay? Listen to your body. We're almost done. 5-second countdown. 3, 2, and last one. Done. All right, so let's hit our ab movements and we'll move on to our cool down. So our first ab movement also involves the legs. It was those flutter kicks. So you can lean back, sit up nice and tall. We're just gonna go here with our legs, okay? Gonna alternate legs, kind of like we're in a pool on a paddle board. So we're gonna get started in 3, 2, and either sit up tall, alternate the legs, or lean back to make it harder. Remember, they can lightly tap on the ground. They can smack too if maybe you can't control the movement that well. The lighter the tap, the more control you have, and the harder the exercise is gonna be. We're almost done, folks. Whichever option you got, remember your hands can be up too. 3, 2, and time. All right, last but not least, we have that knee tuck hold. Remember, you can do 15 seconds one side at a time. You can do both knees, or you can go with that modified plank option, holding on to the top, back of your chair if it's stable enough. If you need more of an incline, remember the higher up you are, the easier it is, or you can be here on your chest, or on the seat portion of it, okay? Here we go, 30 seconds, 3, 2, and modified planks, 30 seconds. Core's nice and tight, squeezing those glutes, heels are back. Make sure you're breathing. 30 seconds will go by fast. And we're already halfway through, so I'm gonna finish with the other options, which was that single leg hold or both legs up. 5 more seconds. If you're doing that one, you should have switched over when I was at that 15-second mark. Here we go, folks. Last 3, 2, and whoo, time. Shake out those legs. Pat yourself on the back. You did a good job. Made it through 2 rounds, or maybe just 1 round of lower body. All right, folks, so we're gonna start off inhaling up and exhaling over. Let's send one leg out to that side and up. And inhale up, bring that leg in, over to the side, other leg goes out slightly. If you feel kind of like you're off balance, you don't have to send that leg out. Leg comes back in, both arms up, slight back bend, and let's take care of those hip flexors. Send one leg back to the side, drop the knee down, and inhale up, and over to the side. Hands come down together. All right, slide that leg up to the top. Let's switch sides to that other side of our chair. Get that other hip flexor, leg goes back. Drop the knee down towards the ground. Inhale up and over. And then bring that hand to that knee, both hands together. You can leave that hand by the side. You feel more support there. And back to the center. Let's go ahead and stretch out our piriformis like we did in the beginning. Take that ankle, cross it over the top of the other thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Lean forward with your chest. And you also have that option of inhaling up and exhaling forward. All right, time's up on that side. Let's switch to our other side. Same thing, cross the ankle over the top of the opposite thigh. Lean forward with that chest, keeping your back nice and flat. Or you can inhale up and exhale forward. All right. Perfect, folks. Thank you for joining me for the lower body workout. Remember to stay happy, stay healthy, stay loud and Fresno proud as we unite in Fresno fun. Hope you enjoyed the video.